Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we're going to look at the 1965 United States Kennedy half dollar. We don't have to turn the 1965 Kennedy half dollars over, and we don't have to look for a mint mark on them because none of them had a mint mark on them. They were all made in Denver. The 1965 Kennedy half had a number of changes from the 1964 Kennedy half, and let's talk about those. In 1964, the first Kennedy halves came out. They were 90% silver. They had mint marks on the back if you're looking for the 1964. So if there's no mint mark over here, that means it's a Philadelphia. We'll take a look at this one. We flip it over. We see there's a D mint mark down there. That means it's from Denver. So in 1964, they had the D mint mark and the no mint mark on them. 1965, the U.S. Mint banned all mint marks. So there's no mint mark on this coin anywhere, and you'll never find a 1965 Kennedy half with a mint mark on it. Another thing that they did was they went from the 90% silver Kennedy halves in 1964 to the 40% silver Kennedy halves in 1965. It's hard to tell, but if you look at a lot of them, sometimes you can see a little bit of copper in there, and these 1965s will weigh 11.5 grams. A full gram less than the 1964s, which weighed 12.5 grams. So just put these on a little scale and you can always tell the difference. But of course it's easy enough to just look at the date. So 1965, 40% silver, and all of the 1965 Kennedy halves were made at the Denver Mint. They did make some specialty coins called special mint set coins, and those were all made at the San Francisco Mint, and we'll take a look at those in a second. They made 66 million no mint mark 1965 coins at Denver. The auction record is $11,400 in 2025 at a Heritage Auctions website for a Mint State 67 plus. They have actually found some Mint State 68s, 7 of them. PCGS currently prices them at about $11,500. In addition to the regular coins, there was also a double die reverse, and you can see the reverse of this coin. United States of America at the top, half dollar here, eagle holding an olive branch and arrows, 50 stars around the outside. The eagle is shielded, has E pluribus unum banner holding in its beak, 9 stars above the banner, 4 stars below for the original 13 colonies. And then there is going to be an FG down here for Frank Gasparo, who was engraver of the back of this coin. If you wanted the initials of the engraver of the front, it was Gilroy Roberts. It's a G and an R combined here underneath Kennedy's neck. And you see those scratches on there, and you'll notice that those lines on there are the exact distance between these reeds on the edge, and some other coin's edge struck this coin and made those marks here. You'll see that really frequently on these Kennedy halves. The 1965 special mint sets came in this envelope, and you can see down here 1965 SS special mint set designation, Treasury Department, United States Assay Office, San Francisco, California, official business. So what would happen is you'd order it, they'd put it in this envelope, and then they would send it to you. And inside the envelope packaging would be the whole mint set. So the half dollar was in there, along with the quarter, the nickel, the dime, the penny, and a token, which, as you can see right here, says special mint set on the bottom, United States on the top. And if we go over to the back, you see that the token, again, says exactly the same thing on the back as the front. So this would be the special mint set. Now, also in the envelope was not much, just 2 pieces of cardboard and something here. And that is the paperwork for the special mint sets. If you are going to buy one of these, make sure you get one that has this documentation in it, because that adds to the value of it. 1965 was the only year the special mint sets came in an envelope. In 1966 and in 1967, they came in this rectangular packaging, and they came in this rectangular holder, a hard plastic holder, no token, just the coins, and you can see that these again are just that shiny, highly polished coin. In 1968, they went back to the regular mint sets. Special mint set halves had kind of a weird history. They made 2.8 million special mint sets. They were only able to sell 2.3 million of them because people really didn't want them that much. They weren't special to the collectors, and so 500,000 of them didn't get sold initially by the U.S. Mint. If you do get a really good special mint set half, though, it can be incredibly valuable. But what you're going to need to do is to have a special mint set half that has the deep cameo. And here's one of them here from the PCGS website. And you can see that PCGS calls it a special strike rather than special mint set. But you can see the difference in the polish between Kennedy and the background. And you tilt this coin back and forth, and you just get a totally different feel from this than you do from the ones that we're looking at. This is not a deep cameo half, but if you do get one, they can go for as much as $4,750. And in fact, a really spectacular special mint deep cameo sold at the Heritage Auctions in 2008 for $12,650. Frequently, you're going to get a special mint half that looks like this. Not going to be hugely valuable, but remember, these coins are worth $11.50 or so in silver melt value. So these coins are all going to be worth at least $11, but they aren't necessarily worth that much more. In 1965, 66, and 67, they came out with no mint mark halves. In 1968, they came back with the mint mark, and it was only the D, and you can see this D on here. And again, the 1968 was a 40% half, and you can, on this one, you can definitely see the copper in it, but this one is still a 40% half. It's funny that you sometimes can see the copper in them, and sometimes you can't. But again, you just weigh them and you know. 1968, 1969, and 1970, they made these 40% halves. And then in 1971, they came out with the clad half dollars. And this has no silver in it at all from 1971 on. It's a fully copper center with a nickel copper covering on it. Now, there are a couple specialty halves out there you can look for. There's a double die reverse from 1965 that has some doubling on the back. Very, very hard to identify. And I would suggest you look it up and try to find some pictures if you do want to identify it. And that has gone for as much as $1,140 for doubling of the letters on the back. All right, well, that's all we have today from the DC Coin World International coin channel. Remember, this is the year that they're going to come out with a new half-dollar coin. So look for those out there at the end of May, beginning of June, and we will have a video on those new half-dollar coins as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching DC Coin World International coin channel. I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel and leave any comments you have in the comment section.